evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I am Tamiru Nimsan. Let's have a look at the headlines. No injustices will occur to beneficiaries of FAST program, government assures. Pharmaceutical firms are not keen on government tenders, Pharmaceutical Chamber President says. News in detail. The Romanian government assured support for the extension of GSP Plus beneficial to the Sri Lankan government, which is also planning to open an embassy in Bucharest, Romania. The support was extended by the visiting Romanian Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Traian Ristia, when he called on Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena. Romania is another favorable and preferred employment destination for Sri Lankans since 2016. The Sri Lankan workforce in the apparel, construction, hospitality and agriculture sectors in Romania is assessed to be over 32,000. The State Minister Ristia said there will be additional employment opportunities as Romania is currently implementing several large-scale infrastructure projects. The Prime Minister urged Romania to consider investments in education, agriculture, railways, IT and tourism sectors. He explained the measures taken by Sri Lanka to solve the issues related to the current economic crisis and stressed the need for continuous support of European Union. Romanian minister assured that his country would support Sri Lanka's request for continuation of GSP Plus duty concessions for Sri Lankan exports. The government, in response to criticisms levelled against the welfare program Asvasuma, assured to prevent any injustices occurring to beneficiaries of the program. The government made this assurance by releasing a special statement through the President's Media Division. The President's Media Division said the government is paying close attention to certain attempts to satisfy political needs by giving the Asvasuma program. The government assures that any shortcomings in the process of selecting the relevant candidates will be rectified immediately. Accordingly, these payments will be distributed among 4 social categories, namely transitional, vulnerable, poor and extremely poor. Additionally, the usual allowances for the differently able, elderly and kidney patients will also be provided. The release said that the time given to those who have been wronged in the selection of the beneficiaries to hand over appeals and objections has been extended until 10th July. It added, if an individual or family in need of economic stability has lost this benefit, there is an opportunity to correct it by making inquiries through the divisional secretariats. The necessary work is also being carried out in this regard by Acting Finance Minister Shahan Semasinghe and State Finance Minister Ranjit Siambalapitiya. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said Sri Lanka looks forward to investments from China in various sectors to provide long-term solutions to economic issues. The Prime Minister said this when the Chinese ambassador to Sri Lanka, Wee Sheng-shong, paid a courtesy call to the Temple Trees residents in Colombo on Monday. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said Sri Lanka highly values China's continuous support to Sri Lanka. The areas covered during the discussion also included issues relating to Colombo Port City, Hambantota Port and poverty alleviation programs. The Prime Minister made a request to introduce high-yielding rice varieties developed in Yannan province in China to Sri Lanka. Ambassador Wee Sheng-shong assured China's continuous support to Sri Lanka's efforts to meet the current efforts at debt restructuring. The Prime Minister made a special mention about the Chinese stand in support of Sri Lanka's sovereignty at the international forums, including the UNHRC. Chinese ambassador said the Chinese Buddhist associations will continue to help temples and set up internationally important Theravada Buddhist center in Sri Lanka. The Prime Minister agreed to set up a coordinating committee to expeditiously implement the proposal. Stay tuned, we will return after this commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Sri Lanka Chamber of Pharmaceutical Industry says that pharmaceutical firms are becoming less enthusiastic to participate in government tenders. The Chamber President M. Prathaban said this at its annual general meeting held in Colombo last Friday. Chamber of Pharmaceutical Industry cited the financial strain from outstanding payments running into billions of rupees and unfavorable tender clauses to be the main reasons. According to the Chamber President, the current outstanding payments owed by SPZ are estimated at over 10 billion rupees. Prathaban pointed out that it has become financially non-viable for firms to compete in state tenders, in particular given the current interest rate regime of 20 to 25%. Meanwhile, the Chamber Chief also highlighted that a number of tender clauses are either one-sided or unfavorable to both parties. He urged the government to revisit these unfavorable tender clauses and replace such clauses with more pragmatic ones. Health Minister Keheliya Ramukwella assured the industry that the government has given its utmost priority to settle the due payments despite the difficult circumstances. Earlier, the government partially settled the outstanding payments to the industry via treasury bonds after the outstanding payments peaked to around 30 billion rupees. Sri Lanka Tourism says it is able to welcome 2 million tourists and generate $3.7 billion in income this year, while increasing arrivals to 5 million and earn $21.6 billion within 7 years. Sri Lanka Tourism Delegation and Minister Harin Fernando said this at a forum to give an update on the tourism strategy in Colombo recently. Sri Lanka Tourism hopes to lift the average spending per visitor to $4,000, indicating a concentration on luring high-end tourists. Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority Chairman Priyantha Fernando acknowledged that despite the internal and external challenges, the industry has performed reasonably well. SLTDA Chairman called for collective efforts from industry stakeholders to make tourism the country's leading foreign exchange earner by 2027. The chairman stated the industry needs to embark on a data-driven decision-making process to attract high-end visitors. Fernando also said SLTDA recognizes the need for additional hotels and room capacity to attract high-end tourists to Sri Lanka. The chairman noted that from May 2022 to May 2023, a total of 32 projects including 1,283 hotel rooms with a combined investments of $160 million have received approval. Fernando said Sri Lanka Tourism plans to conduct an airport survey to gather insights into traveller preferences and expectations. He further outlined the process of finalizing 11 draft regulations for new services and declaring new tourism development areas as per the Tourism Act. The University of Moratuwa, in partnership with the DP Education, has launched the world's first free online skills program on project management. The launch of the online program took place at the university premises last Friday. The program is aligned with the Certified Associate in Project Management exam content outline of the Project Management Institute of the USA. The program comprises 12 modules, but initially the program has been launched with 4 modules. They are Foundations of Project Management, Project Scope and Schedule Management, Project Communication and Stakeholder Management, and Agile Project Management in ICT projects. The program incorporates the latest 2022 version of the PMI USA curriculum. The online learning platform is available at open.uom.lk and can be used by any university which is interested as well as hold the relevant exam. The Certified Associate of Project Management is a globally recognized credential in the field of project management. As per PMI, 25 million new projects management-oriented employees are needed to meet global talent demands by 2030. Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today.
The all-share price index gained 74.4 to close at 9,442.95 and the S&P SL20 gained 18.73 to close at 2,713.65. The turnover was 2.2 billion rupees and over 119 million shares were traded.
Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.